Right, we're going to compare hybrids with standard irons. Is it a good idea? What's the difference? Well, as an example, I've got here a number 4 hybrid, which is the equivalent of, say, a 4 iron, roughly, approximately, maybe a 5. And basically what we're trying to do is compare the two. Which is the easiest to hit? Which is more forgiving? Which is going to give us the best result? Well, I think most of us would actually, hand on heart, say, well, if I put a 4 iron down and I hit 10 balls, that unless I'm actually most probably a 4 or 5 handicapper or better, the majority of those golf shots are going to go and be sprayed out in certain areas, and maybe I might top some or catch them a bit heavy. But if you were to hit 10 balls with a hybrid, the equivalent loft, then I'm sure that you'll find that those 10 golf shots you hit would actually be more consistent, better trajectory, better ball flight, better direction. 2 ways of finding out, apart from the obvious, what you see is what you believe. You could actually put some tape on the face, and by that you could actually get the imprint of where the ball's coming out. So was the imprint of those hybrids better than they were for the irons? So we're comparing one against the other. So that's number 1 to compare. Number 2 is that the hybrids have a lower kick point in the shaft, and this helps to get the ball higher, and it makes it much easier to use that golf club compared with an iron. And again, we're comparing hybrids against the irons. So you can actually go on the driving range, hit a number of balls with both clubs, and look at the club face. Look at where the ball's finished. If you're fortunate enough to hit, say, 10 balls that are orange and 10 balls that are yellow, and you've got the imprint, you've got what you see on the club face, and you've got where the balls are physically finished. And again, I do stress that I think the hybrid, by no doubt whatsoever, will find the greatest percentage of golf shots in your favour, and that's what golf's all about. If at the end of the session you find yourself, I'm really not sure about the two, then why not seek out a store or a pro who's got one of these launch monitors, and they can actually get you on the radar there and see how that shaft is kicking. Is the shaft too stiff? Is it too whippy for you? Is the loft not sufficient? And from this they can actually track the shaft and track the trajectory on one of these monitor screens. So if you go down the avenue first of all of going onto the driving range or on the golf course, I think that will be sufficient. But if it's not, check out at one of your local stores on one of these monitors, and you'll get the idea of maybe the shaft is wrong for you, maybe the loft is wrong for you, or seek your PGA professional, because he'll be able to advise. But really, hybrids are far better to hit and far easier to use than any irons.